Hi, we are just a few weeks away from Akshaya Tritiya, the day which is considered auspicious to buy gold or gold jewelry. How many of you would like to get the information of gold before you plan and go buy it? This is Vikram Achar, and I am the owner of Mangalore Jewels located at South Bangalore. I'm very passionate about giving the information all related to gold and gold jewelry to the people. This video is for those who want all the information related to the gold and the jewelry purchase. You would have got jewelry from our parents as gifts, or maybe we ourselves would have got jewelry sometime back. Now, when we have planned to get it exchanged for new jewelry, we may be amazed to see that the old jewelry that we would have obtained from our parents or our earlier purchase, it would not fetch us the right purity standards and the value thereof. So this way we may incur that huge losses. So it is always better to have or gain some knowledge about gold before we go and buy jewelry so that we do not end up in losses and burn our hands. So friends, in this video, I am going to share 5 important things what you need to know before you go and buy jewelry. The first thing is 916. The second one, KDM. Third one, what are the different purities that are available in the ornaments when you go to a jeweler? Fourth one, what are the important things that you should be aware when you are going to buy gold jewelry? Fifth one, when is the right time to buy jewelry so that you save money? Now, let's know what is 916. 916 is nothing but the purity of gold. It is 91.6% of gold that is there in that ornament. You see, gold when it is obtained, it is 100% pure. In other terms, it is called as 24 karat gold or apparanji or apparanj. But 916 is the 91.6% of gold that is there in that ornament, and the remaining substance would be either most of it would be copper and a small proportion of silver in it. Why are other metals used in this ornament? As you all know, 24 karat is pure gold and it cannot be made into jewelry in its purest form. Why? Because it will not have that sustenance power. It may get bent and there is a high chance of the links getting broken in the usage. Now, let's understand what is cadmium. Cadmium is a short form of cadmium. Cadmium is a metal which is whitish in nature, and this is used to join the links in the gold jewelry. And the best salient feature of this metal is when it is used in the jewelry for the links and the high temperature is put on it, it gets evaporated, connecting the links, and that way, whenever the seller wants to sell off that jewelry, he wouldn't be under any losses because the weight of that cadmium or cadmium doesn't remain in that ornament. Now, let's know what are the different type of purity that comes in the ornament of whenever you go to a jeweler, what you find over there. The purity of the jewelry that the jewelers sell would vary from region to region. Let's say in the Western countries, you would see that the purity of the gold would be 14 karat or 18 karat, which is mostly used over there because they like the sober color and they are mostly used to that sort of purity. But when it comes to India, people are interested in the brighter color of the gold. So that is why 22 karat of gold jewelry is more prevalent. And sometimes in case of diamond jewelry, 18 karat gold jewelry is more prevalent. So the 14 karat gold jewelry would have 58.33% of gold in it, whereas 18 karat gold jewelry would have 75% of gold in it. Now coming to the next aspect, what are the things you should know when you're going to buy gold jewelry? The first thing that you should be aware is whether the gold jewelry is giving you the ornament with the hallmark passed on it. So the hallmark is a mark that is an authentication by the Bureau of Indian Standards. In short, it is BIS. So here, for all different types of purity, the hallmark would be given for 916 hallmark, for 14 carat hallmark, and for 18 carat hallmark, that would be, the 75% would be mentioned in that triangular mark with 75 in it. And the other thing is the brand logo also would be mentioned along with that hallmark. Second thing, before you buy the gold jewelry, be sure of the gold rate, what you are paying for the jeweler is appropriate. The rate may slightly vary from jeweler to jeweler, but always go with the common rate. The common rate is the rate that is offered by the Jewellery Association. So that would be common, and it is followed by many jewelers as a best practice. Sometimes a jeweler may offer you a price which is lesser than the market rate. Maybe he's trying to sway you, and he would make that losses recover in his other costs. So be aware of that and don't try to get fooled by that. Thirdly, be aware of the cost that is applied on the gold jewelry is appropriate. The cost may vary from jewelry to jewelry and from jeweler to jeweler, but we should also be sure that whatever we are paying shouldn't have much difference from jeweler to jeweler. So if you are going to ask me what is the general rate for a jewelry, then it is for plain jewelry, the cost would vary from, let's say, 6% to 10%. Maybe it is jewelry like plain bangles and the plain gold chains, things like that. And there are higher type of jewelry like the intricate works and the filigree works and the nakasi work on that, so which has a lot of handwork on it. So for such sort of jewelry, the cost may vary from 10% to 24%, or little more on the higher side. For diamond jewelry, the general costing would be around 1,000 rupees to 2,250 rupees per gram. Now, how do you exercise your caution when you buy the stone jewelry? See, there's a practice with the jewelers. Whenever they are going to reduce the stone's weight, they are going to add up the stone's cost to the jewelry. And sometimes when the stone's weight is not reduced, the stone's cost is subsequently not added to the cost. But be sure, if the stone's weight is not reduced, does that stone match to the gold rate if that stone is really so expensive that it is not reduced in the ornament? The fourth thing, have a practice of retaining all the invoices that you have received from the jeweler. And also, when you are buying the jewelry, make sure you are getting the GST invoice. The GST invoice would have the jeweler's brand name, the address, the GST number on that. And you should also check whether the gold given to you is in accordance to the weight that has been told to you, is weighed and tallying with the invoice as well. And whatever has been communicated, like the wastage, making charges, or the stone's cost, are all visible in the invoice. And at the same time, the GST is being charged accordingly. The GST right now for the ornament is 3%. And you also see whether the invoice is a proper invoice and it's not an estimate. So if it is an estimate, it would be mentioned on the top of the slip that it is an estimate. If it is an invoice, it would have the mention as invoice. So these are the things that you should be careful when you are buying the jewelry from a jeweler. Coming to the last point, that is, how do you save money during the purchase of gold jewelry? Generally, you would have seen that during the season, festive season especially, the jewelers have a tendency to give the jewelry in a very good discount. So that is the right time for you to buy jewelry so that you can save a lot of money through the discounts. Sometimes the jewelers give the offers during anniversary celebrations and sometimes during clearance sale. So that is again an opportunity for the customer to benefit by getting the jewelry at the best price with good discounts. If you found this video useful, please share, like, and comment. If you want to visit us and get a better understanding on all these aspects, please feel free to visit us at our stores at JP Nagar, or you can call us on the number mentioned on the screen. See you in our next video. Tune into our channel for the new content on every Monday.